the $100 MBA Show, the business podcast that makes your business better in just 10 minutes a day with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zinhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And today's episode is a guest teacher episode. A very special guest teacher is on board today. Today we have our friend and very highly successful business owner and online business builder, Chris Ducker from chrisducker.com. Chris is obviously known for his Youpreneur program and his Youpreneur podcast that's smashing iTunes right now. He is a personal branding expert, and really, he's an expert when it comes to building your own personal business. If you're building a business on your own as a solopreneur or in a small team, or your business is centered around you, the expertise, your special perspective that you offer to your industry, whether you're a coach, an author, a course developer, a speaker, in a lot of ways, you are the brand. And today, Chris is going to be talking about this very, very important topic, the business of you. He's going to give you a clear-cut lesson on how to build a strong, unique, personal brand around your products and services. Whatever you sell, you got to tell a story. There's got to be context around why you offer what you offer. And Chris is a master at this. I've seen him speak about it many times live at conferences, and I knew we had to get him here on the $100 MBA Show to show you his system, his methodology, his strategy that he's built over the years. We get into all of that in today's episode with Chris Ducker. I can't wait to get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA is sponsored by our scheduling software of choice, Acuity Scheduling. Whatever your business is, you're going to be dealing with other people, other clients, other people in your industry. Stop messing about with trying to coordinate calendars. Acuity Scheduling makes it super easy. And if you're a client-based business where you book clients for money, Acuity Scheduling has an automated feature where you charge your customers at the time of booking. It's brilliant. Try them for free for 45 days over at acuityscheduling.com/MBA. That's ACUITY scheduling.com/MBA. Try it for free for 45 days. Now, I've mentioned at the intro that Chris Ducker is known for the Youpreneur program, Youpreneur podcast, chrisducker.com, a very successful website and blog. But Chris Ducker is one of those old school, real business people. And this is why I love him so much, because he brings in his wealth of knowledge, his experiences from the real business world, and he puts it into the online world, and it works brilliantly. A lot of that has to do with the personal branding techniques he's going to be talking about today. But for those who don't know, Chris also runs a very, very successful business called Virtual Staff Finder. A lot of people are online are hiring their first virtual teammates and employees via Virtual Staff Finder. Chris is also known for a major, major event called Tropical Think Tank that happens every year with some really major speakers every single year over in the Philippines. It's held in beautiful Cebu on some beautiful resorts. Chris really knows how to do it 5 stars. And if that's not enough, Chris is also a best-selling author with his book, Virtual Freedom. But I know you're already convinced that Chris is an expert, and the stuff he's going to be offering today will even convince you more. But what I want you to really focus on, or listen up, is that in today's lesson that he's going to be offering, he's going to give you some really clear instructions, some great strategies. I want you to take note of them. If you have a moment, grab a paper and pen, or open up a Word doc or an Evernote. And if you need to pause the podcast to take down notes, do it. Or if you need to listen to this episode more than once, do that as well. Chris is going to be dropping some amazing, amazing gems that you really need to focus on. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to Chris Ducker to teach you the business of you. Take it away, Chris.
Hey, what's up, guys? Chris Ducker here, and thank you very much for joining me. Today, I'm going to be teaching you about the business of you. So, let's get down to business. Now, the business of you is a philosophy, a strategy that I've been working on over the last few years to build a genuine, true blue, long-term, profitable business entity out of my brand. So this is perfect for anybody who's blogging or podcasting or is a business coach, a speaker, author, expert, whatever the case may be. If you're building a business around you, your expertise, and your mission for those that you want to serve, then the business of you is a principle that you should be following from today onwards. The problem with this, however, is that the entry barrier to call ourselves a real entrepreneur is at an all-time low. I mean, let's face it, online, you can say pretty much anything you want. And because of that, entrepreneurs are coming out of the woodwork. The fact of the matter is, however, when you do business online, you're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's beautiful, and you truly can make money when you sleep. I do it every single day. I wake up and see PayPal notifications, and trust me, 5 years ago, I didn't have an email list. I didn't have Twitter followers. I didn't have a blog or a podcast or any of the business entities that I have online. I might have actually been even further behind where you are right now listening to this. However, there are 5 principles that I've built my business upon over the last 5 to 6 years, and I'm going to share them with you now and break them down one by one. First up is originality. You have got to be original, particularly in online business, because there are so many people out there in the same niche or industry that you're going to be focusing on. I'd say that doing it right is more importantly than just doing it. Don't copy. By all means, get ideas and emulate those that you aspire to become, but don't blatantly copy their format for a podcast show, or don't blatantly copy their logo design or their website design or something along those lines. Be as original as you possibly can. At the end of the day, an original is always worth more than a copy. So bear that in mind. Secondly is branding. Now, at the very core of what we do as entrepreneurs, we're problem solvers. That's it. Don't get any delusions of grandeur. It is what it is. We just solve people's problems. And if we do it well enough, we're blessed with the opportunity to be able to put a price tag on it. So think about this. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not around, when you're not at that coffee meeting or at that conference, when you're not at that mastermind session. What do you want people to say about you? How do you want them to talk about you? That's your brand. Remember that. And if you build your brand based upon solving people's problems, your brand will become that much more successful and that much more profitable that much sooner. Now, third is focus. Now, I joke a little bit and say an entrepreneur without focus is about as useful as a fart in a spacesuit. Now, I do joke a little bit when I say that. However, I often get asked, how is it that I have such an incredible amount of output in terms of the content that I create, the shows that I put on, the events that I run, the speaking that I do, the books that I write, and so on and so on and so on. And the reason why is because I genuinely only focus on one project at a time. I don't believe in multitasking. I don't think it's possible for human beings to multitask. What we're doing is we're switch tasking, and that doesn't get anybody anywhere anytime soon. So focus on one thing at a time. You know, the acronym of focus, FOCUS, it's follow one course until success. And it's very, very true. Don't try and juggle all of your projects and all of your tasks. Just do one to completion and then move on to the next one. That's the third principle of the business of you. The fourth is money. Now get selfish here a little bit. I'm allowing you to be selfish here. Because at the end of the day, as a business owner, if you don't make money, you're not going to be in business for very long. So start breaking things down. Set a really wild, lofty target for yourself. Let's say it's that 6-figure income that everybody likes to think that they can hit at some point. $100,000 in a year. Break it down per quarter. That's only $25,000. Break it down per month. Well, that's only $8,000 plus dollars. Weekly, that's only $2,000. Then daily, it's just $297.57 a day. Remember, as online business owners, we're open 24/7, 365. Does that sound like something you could achieve? It does, because it is very achievable. All you've got to do is go back to that branding principle of solving people's problems in the right way. And by the way, when we're on the subject of money, have that primary profit mindset. Very, very important. Put your profits not necessarily always first, but right at the top of your priority list. And when you're pricing up your products and your services, whatever it is you're selling to whoever it is you're selling to, make sure that you're doing it at a good rate. The one thing that I see so many people that are building the business of you up doing wrong is pricing themselves way too low. My number one pricing strategy: double it. That's a hashtag. Get on the Twitter at Chris Ducker, hashtag double it, and let me know what you think of that strategy. I'd love to know. And then the next part of building the business of you, and the final part of building the business of you, is relationships. Relationships should be treasured, not used. Let me say that again. Relationships should be treasured, not used. We are not in a world where you can just create relationships, use them for what you want, and then throw them away. It doesn't work like that at all. Relationships for me have been the single most important part in my business success. Without a doubt, relationships with my staff, relationships with my peers, with my customers, with my prospects, relationships with mentors and coaches. Relationships, number one, put a premium on it, and forget about B2B or business to business and B2C, business to consumer. Think P2P, people to people. People want to do business with other people more so today than ever before in the history of Western civilization. So why not capitalize on it? Create the right kind of relationships and then utilize them as and when you can to help further your business dreams and aspirations. So allow me, if I may, to just recap real quick, okay? The 5 main principles of building that business of you mindset. So number 1 is originality. Be original. Nobody likes a copycat, okay? Number 2 is to build your brand. Your brand will ultimately catapult your business. It'll help you build a business for the long term. Number 3 is to focus on one thing at a time to completion. Don't try and get all sexy looking. Just do one thing at a time to completion every time, and you'll achieve way more over a long period. Number 4 is to have that primary profit mentality when it comes to money. It's okay to be selfish. You're a business owner. You should focus on making money, but doing it obviously in the right way by providing solutions to people's problems. And number 5, build the right kind of relationships and understand and truly embrace the idea that relationships should be treasured and not used. All right, guys. Well, this was Chris Ducker. And if you want to continue learning about building the business of you, I want you to head over to chrisducker.com and make sure you sign up for my free ongoing training. I know it's going to help you a lot. Thanks again for joining me today, and take good care.
Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by Acuity Scheduling. I had the pleasure to sit down with the founder of Acuity Scheduling, Gavin, who's a really, really nice guy. And he told me the story of why he started Acuity Scheduling. In fact, his mom was a massage therapist, and she was having difficulty getting her customers to book their scheduled appointments properly. They would cancel, they would not show up, and it was a mess. So he built Acuity Scheduling with that frustration in mind. And today it's become the leader in online scheduling. I highly recommend Acuity Scheduling. Check them out. It's easy to use, it's easy to navigate, and best of all, they make it easy for your clients to book you. That's what's important. If the clients have a hard time booking you, that's the problem. But with Acuity Scheduling, they make it super simple and clean. Listen, don't take my word for it. Try them out for free. They're giving away a free 45-day pass to try it all out. Just go to acuityscheduling.com/MBA. You have nothing to lose, and it's a great way for you to see if Acuity Scheduling is a great fit. Again, that's ACUITY scheduling.com/MBA. Wow, what a great lesson by Chris Ducker. I particularly love the point he made about being original, being yourself. Don't copy. I know it's very, very hard to kind of stop yourself from looking at a great model, a great example when you're first getting started and saying, hey, that's a great successful model for a business, a show, a video program, whatever it is, and doing just like that. That's a quick way to failure. Trust me, I went through that imposter syndrome when I first got started, feeling that I'm not good enough. I got to follow a model, a mold. It's okay to kind of look at examples as examples, but you got to build your own path. The best way to be unique, to stand out and not be ignored is to be yourself. I know that sounds very simple, but the truth of the matter is there's only one of you, and no one can compete with that because there's only one of you. So share your story, share your personality, and create your own unique thing. Don't hide behind some sort of corporate logo or some sort of business jargon. Get in front of your business and be yourself. That's just a few things I learned from Chris's lesson and just wanted to kind of reinforce. Guys, to learn more about Chris Ducker, what he's doing, his events, his courses, his podcast, all the businesses he runs, go to chrisducker.com. He's got a really cool looking website. And right there on the homepage, you can opt in to his newsletter and get all his updates. And that way you can be in the know when Chris Ducker launches something new. Guys, that wraps up today's lesson. Remember, guys, we have a whole new episode every single day. So make sure you hit that subscribe button on whatever you use, iTunes, Stitcher, Overcast, whatever it is. By hitting subscribe, you get all the episodes automatically. You will find a new episode when you wake up in the morning, and it's perfect because you can just get started with just 10 minutes. Also, by hitting subscribe, you have access to all the backlog of episodes, so you get all our episodes that we've had, up to 530 episodes plus now, and that's only available when you hit subscribe. All right, guys, that's it for me today, but before I go, I want to leave you with this. Try not to force it when you're building your own personal brand. If you're first getting started and you're feeling unsure about the whole thing, you're not really sure how to convey yourself, just start introducing yourself to your audience just like you would introduce yourself to a new friend. And it's okay to be honest and say, hey guys, I'm a little bit nervous about this. I'm new to this whole business thing, but this is what I have to offer. People will appreciate your honesty and will find you relatable. Don't distance yourself from who you are. Don't distance yourself from your actual audience. And the best way to get closer is just to be honest. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I'll check you in tomorrow's episode. I'll see you then. Take care.